Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cut the Board and the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. This week I'm hanging out with Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And we're going to continue the story of Jack Parsons, the occult father of rocketry. It's part 2.
Sequel.
Part 2.
He was a bit of a hot shot, wasn't he?
I like him.
Oh.
Oh!
I like what you did there.
Hey. I like him. I like him a lot.
Rocket Man, smoking heroin and crack cocaine.
Only peoxy, marijuana and cocaine. Peyote, sorry. I know what peyote
Fuck me,
is.
so he's tripping balls. He's nice and mellow off the weed, and he's hyped up off the coke all at once.
And he's standing there in a robe, chanting and masturbating, performing magic sex rituals.
What a mix! What a guy! We're gonna put a man on the moon.
Before we get
Wanking on the moon.
Right, well before we get back into it, we will thank some new returning listeners, and before I do that, I'll just say follow us on Facebook, Cutting to the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, YouTube is Apocalypse Ball, Spotify, SoundCloud, and all your other podcasting platforms are Cutting to the Ball in the PTA. Where shall I start? Jacksonville in the US, Brussels in Belgium, Herne Bay in the UK, Quilota in Chile, is that, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was Panama for a second.
If you're a BBC person, though, don't you say Chile? If you're a wanker.
Yeah,
Chile.
but I'm from Dawley, and I say Chile. Baltimore in the US, Frankfurt am Main and Hamburg in Germany, Apeldoorn in the Netherlands, Fredericksburg in Denmark, Covina in the UK, Telford in the UK, Dublin in America, Ashburn, Dublin in Ireland, there's probably a Dublin in America, Madrid in Spain, Council Bluffs in the US, and Guadalajara in Spain. Thank you for listening. It's much appreciated. Tell a friend, tell several friends. I don't care if you tell your sex doll as long as you put some earphones on her and make her listen.
Yeah. Spread us like AIDS.
Fuck me, Mike. Fucking hell. Wow, I suppose when it's been over 20 years, so you can joke about it.
Wow.
They can cure it now, can't they?
Well, that's a good
I don't know where to go now. So basically, Jack has developed solid rocket fuel, hasn't he? First guy to do it. And they form a company called Aerojet. Notice how they cleverly changed the name to Jet. Because rocket is for science fiction.
Right.
It's not for anything else.
Okay.
You want to put rockets into space, you madman. So they call them jets.
Jets.
And the US government, because World War II just struck,
Right.
the navies gave them a $3 million grant to develop rocket-based weapons, and the business was eventually named the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Still going today.
Yep.
Put stuff on Mars.
Yes, yeah.
Fired the Voyager space probes off.
Fair play.
Or if JPL, Jack Parsons lives.
All from Jack. Oh, he doesn't though, does he? 'Cause he's dead.
No. But when he named this, he was well into the labour, so he might have done it for that.
His legacy lives on, I suppose.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true.
The Navy was ordering 20,000 rockets a month from them,
Oh, fuck.
and the business flourished. But Parsons' disregard for safety became a sticking point. Jack Parsons has run into where they're making all the explosive chemicals and start throwing firecrackers at people. Which, you know, little sparks, yes, but at the same time, you start hearing bangs going off, you're going to start thinking, shit, part of the factory's exploding while you're handling dangerous chemicals that make explosives.
Why was he doing that?
For a laugh. Because he thought it was funny. Because he's never let go of the Suicide Squad.
Right. Jesus Christ. I can't work under these conditions, Jack.
He eventually was removed from the company when a buyout came knocking. He sold it for $350,000 in today's money.
That's nothing.
Is that it?
A lot of money back then.
But you'd think if you stuck with it though.
Oh, sorry, $350,000 at the time.
Yeah.
I could say if you stuck with it though, 20,000 rockets a month, then I'd have thought it was worth more than that. But especially today. Think about what it's worth today. I bet it's worth more than that now. I bet it's worth billions, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did the Navy use the rockets at all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
fine.
fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with them. Yeah, they were good rockets.
Yeah.
When they were fired, did they go, "Hail Satan"?
No, they started shouting, "Do what thou wilt."
Oh man, that'd be a dark thing to spray paint on a bomb.
Do what thou wilt.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Ooh. If I ever become a virgin to death.
Don't say things like that.
An arms dealer.
Well,
Oh right, okay.
World War III's round the corner, mate. You gotta
Yeah.
make a living somehow.
Well, that's it. Choose your side. Oh, I'm with you, my master.
You defected to the Chinese guys.
You can't beat him, join him.
He was the tallest man in China.
Exactly. The women will flock to me.
They do love Western men, apparently.
You see, there's a method to my madness. I know I'll end up with me being beheaded or something like that, but...
I don't think they behead you, you just been a gulag.
Oh, yeah.
Gaz's Chinese Odyssey. Re-education.
I've been
Yeah.
4 days in a re-education camp.
Oh dear.
I can't film too much of the guards will beat me again.
I'll be a double agent.
Oh, that's what you're telling us now, is it? You're doing a Crowley, are you?
I'll be a double agent.
Right. How are you going to do that in a Chinese labour camp?
I'll survive that fight and I'll learn. I'll become very hard
Yeah,
over
but-
my time there. I'll learn like Batman did in Batman Begins, and I'll eventually fight my way out,
Right.
join a shadow organisation. I don't know. I'm not going to China. Are you mental?
No, I can't see it working.
Fuck that.
Now, without a business, Parsons and his friend Ed Foreman from back in the day, schoolboy friend, still with him, founded the Ad Astra Engineering Company, under which Parsons founded the chemical manufacturing Vulcan Powder Company. So he gets to Vulcan. It's a sci-fi nerd.
Jesus, would you like to snort some Vulcan powder?
Oh, yes,
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. That sounds logical to me.
To be fair, at this point, Jack's like making his own drugs. I mean,
Well, if you're a chemist and you don't make your own drugs, you've sort of wasted your knowledge, haven't
I
you?
want to know how good it was. Or bad.
Probably the best.
Probably. Now, Ad Astra quickly fell under the FBI scrutiny for suspicion of espionage when security agents from the Manhattan Project discovered Parsons and Foreman had procured a chemical used in a top-secret project for material known only as X-metal.
What
the
What?
fuck?
It's natural uranium. They were later acquitted.
What the fuck? X-metal.
X-metal.
So what they use on Wolverine?
Yeah, shit. Oh man.
Well,
Well, they were acquitted, but where the fuck did they get the uranium from?
you tell me.
Some
You tell
Libyans
me.
in a car park?
Oh, they were Iranian.
Libyans.
Libyans?
Yeah.
Because of Bolivians.
He said Libyans.
I said Libyans.
I thought you said Bolivians. I was like, Bolivians? I don't even like that film, I know it's not them.
Oh, Libyans.
Oh dear.
Money was tight, so Parsons began renting rooms in the lodge to non-lodge members, including journalist Neil Himmel, Manhattan Project physicist Robert Cornog, and science fiction artist Louis Goldstone. The house became known as a spot for bohemians.
Oh, God.
This is your kind of people, Mike. The artsy, farcy, liberal.
In
You'd
theory,
love that.
in real life, when you're around them, oh, fuck. If he doesn't put that guitar away, I'm going to stick it up his fucking ass.
Another poem.
Smell of petunia oil.
Another poem, eh? What do you got existential dread about this week?
Oh, yeah, please recite me another epic.
You two should love this.
No.
It's my hell. But they're all fucking.
It's everyone's hell.
But they're all fucking.
Well, it'd be alright if I was on copious drugs. I could handle it for a while.
You're on Jack Parsons' homemade drugs.
But the second I sobered up, though, I'd be look around and go, fuck this. Fuck these people.
Yeah. Like you say, it sounds good in theory, but...
Well, it's on the vault in Fallout. Isn't it? Oh, what should we do with all these murderers we've got locked up? I think we should re-educate them. Fucking kill them!
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they should have done.
You know?
Oh, dear. Well... So it's a bohemian paradise.
It is. Enter L. Ron Hubbard.
What the fuck? Dun, dun, dun.
Science fiction writer, ex-US naval officer.
You almost started a war with Mexico.
War hero in his own mind, sufferer of terminal conjunctivitis, and that's a grift he's got going on from the US Naval Board at the moment.
Didn't he invent Tom Cruise as well?
He invented Tom Cruise.
Developed in a lab.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh,
They grew him.
the perfect action star.
We're going to grow a movie star. And make millions and millions.
He's never going to
forever.
age.
Yeah, he won't age. He'll jump off planes and things.
Fly a plane, you know.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Have you seen the most recent one?
No.
The big bad guy is AI. I was like, yeah, I guess that is the scariest thing now.
Yep.
But anyway, that's it. Back to Mr. Parsons and his little hippie hellhole.
And L. Ron Hubbard.
What's he doing there?
He goes there because he can live there for not much.
Is this before he started?
Yes,
Right.
yeah. He's literally scamming a pension at the Navy at this point, saying he's got terminal conjunctivitis from his time in the Navy, and he's a writer, so he needs to be able to see. And he's probably got a couple of other scams going on too. The man was a grifter.
What a con artist.
Yeah, completely.
He was amazing.
Oh,
Laughing all the way to the bank.
fucking too right. Parsons wrote... They developed a close friendship, to be fair, because... They like kind of, you know, they fence together, they do magic rituals together. Hubbard is described as, even Parsons wrote to him, he has no formal training in magic with a K. He has an extraordinary amount of experience and understanding in the field. From some of his experience, I deduce he is in direct touch with some higher intelligence, possibly his guardian angel. He is the most thalamic person I've ever met, and is in complete accord with our own principles.
Not for long.
Not for long, because he's going to steal Parsons' wife. Which is actual, in all fairness, is incredibly thalamic.
Well, yeah. Do what thou wilt.
And love is the law.
And what thou wilt is your wife, I'm afraid, so I'm doing her.
She just became really hot for him. Like Parsons and Hubbards would like fence, like in the front room.
Gay.
Just fencing. I like
Naked.
fencing. No, not naked. But she's just like watching him getting hotter and hotter for Elron. I don't know why, but for some reason Elron, like most chubby magicians, seems to attract the ladies.
Well, you know, he wrote many, many books.
Buckskin Brigade,
Maybe
Hot Lead Payoff.
Maybe that was impressive. Hasn't he wrote like a stupid amount,
Yeah.
like 80-something
He
novels?
might be more than that. I think he might be the highest writing author ever.
I'm going to quickly research it.
Like 146 books, if I remember right. Off the top of my head, I'm going with 146.
How many books has L. Ron Hubbard written? 500 short stories and
Fucking
novels.
hell.
So 250 actually full-length published novels.
Wow.
Over 250. Jesus Christ.
That's
He's just
mental, isn't it?
pumping out shite.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's all he did.
I mean, was it good? Is he renowned for being a good sci-fi writer, or was it just...
Well, Scientology is kind of based off his books, so if you ask them, they tell you he was great.
He's like the Shakespeare of sci-fi, because I've never read one. Have any of them been turned into movies?
Battlefield Earth.
Oh yeah, and it's widely considered one of the worst films in the history of movies.
Pretty much killed John Travolta's career, that didn't
I
it?
tried watching that once and it was
It's
bad.
dog shit, isn't it? And I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
I like John Travolta. I should like that, but no, it's so bad.
At the end, like, humans have been reduced to kind of caveman level, but for some reason they found some antique Harrier jump jets, which are the most difficult plane to fly in the world.
Arnie flew one in True Lies.
He did, but that's Arnie. He was a trained CIA agent. He wasn't a caveman. And then launched them to victory against the alien fleet, if I remember rightly.
Maybe we should rewatch it for the pod.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
So they're
Parsons,
getting hot, doing a little fencing.
yeah, they're getting out. And although Parsons has said had an open relationship, because it's Thelema, everyone's fucking each other. No jealousy in Thelema, remember?
Oh, that's got to be hard.
It is. Jack Parsons discovered it's very difficult. She became fascinated by Hubbard, and Parsons fell into the trap of jealousy. And he worried he might not find a new partner through typical means, so he started to conduct black magic rituals which worried other members of the lodge. Because he's doing summonings and stuff. Banishing rituals always become part of the daily chores in the house because he's just summoning shit.
And they've got to banish it.
And they have to
people
banish
are
it. Then.
insane.
You can't. I love the fact they all believe. You know,
Mental.
it's fantastic. It's fascinating. They all believe this. Oh, Jack's been upstairs. No one goes on the third floor of this mansion, the parsonage.
Have you done your
Which
ritual
you
this
call it.
morning?
Right.
No, I thought you were doing it. Fucking hell, no one's done the ritual. Shit, fuck. We're all desperately stuck down the
Yeah.
floor. Do the ritual. Jesus,
You know,
relax.
No one goes there because it's fucking. They don't think it's haunted. There's knocks and rattles and all sorts. And it's a fucking mansion. No one goes on third floor. That's where Jack's got his quarters. Everyone else is on the second, first. No one will go up there because he's just doing random shit. Random magic shit. They thought he would attract an anger spirit which would infect the house and impact everyone. Parsons also reported witnessing paranormal events in the house, like poltergeist activity, orbs and strange lights and apparitions, and even strange symbols showing up on random
I
surfaces.
think you'll find that's all the fucking peyote you've ingested. You bastard.
But remember, he treated magic like a science. It's like, I'm doing this shit, I'm going to record the results.
Fucking mental.
Wait for the next bit.
In December 1945, Parsons began a series of rituals based on Enochian magic, during which he masturbated onto magical tablets, accompanied by Sergei Provakov's second violin
Like a
concerto.
horror film.
Right, now, in
How does that
brief,
go?
Enochian magic is... Enochian is the language of the angels. It was found by a Elizabethan occultist called John Dee, who recorded the language of the angels and named it Enochian. It's got grammar, it's got syntax, it's the same as Elfish, it's the same as Dothraki,
And
it's the same
Klingon.
as Klingon.
Made up.
It's, who can say? But certainly, he wrote this, and so Enochian magic is considered the most powerful magic.
Even less happens than when we do normal magic.
Well, he hopes to bring around the incarnation of Thelemite goddess Babylon onto the earth.
Fucking, so anyone can be a magician if magic is like wanking yourself silly to some classical music over some magic tablets.
Yes, you have to
Oh fucking hell, I'm the biggest magician in the fucking world.
But every day, man, they'd hear that go on, that second violin.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
He's at it
He's
again.
wanking again.
Again! Surely he hasn't got any left.
It's the fifth time today.
He's full of spunk. He's constantly producing over and over again.
God.
You have to fertilise the tablets, is the thinking behind this.
God, what the fuck?
It's an excuse for a wank. I've got a sock that I fertilise regularly.
You want to be careful there. You could be thelemically doing something you don't realise what you're doing.
Create an Enochian sock monster.
I can't make it tonight, boys. I'm fighting a sock monster.
A giant, stiff, spunky sock monster with like googly eyes, like coming down the corridor. Shit!
Spewing cum at you.
God, I finally did one wank too many. I invoked the beast.
Were you speaking Enochian?
I was not on purpose. I was just, you know, the sorts of noises, you make in the throes of passion. I didn't realise it was the language of the angels. Oh, that was a hell of a day.
How'd you kill it in the end?
Fire.
Fire, yeah. Yeah, kill it with fire. Always the safest bet, innit?
Burnt the entire house down. Just moved on.
Just to be sure.
Yeah.
Set it on fire, set the ruins on fire again, just to be sure.
Then I wanked on the embers. I couldn't help it. I'm thalamic.
Now, he allowed Hubbard to take part as his scribe, believing that he was particularly sensitive to detecting magical phenomena. As described by Richard Metzger, Parsons jacked off with the name of spiritual advancement, while Hubbard scanned the astral plane for signs and visions.
You're not wanking on if I can't see anything.
I can't go any faster.
They went into the desert to do this as well. It's the moonchild
Imagine
ritual.
coming across this scene and you're having a nice wander through the desert, walking your camel.
This is called the moonchild ritual, and the idea is you summon an elemental of the goddess Babylon, a tall, red-haired, green-eyed woman, who will then give birth to the moonchild, who will end the age of Horus. Now, bring in the age of Horus.
Oh dear.
We'll get, what's the word? Enlightened.
Is the moonchild the seventh son of a seventh son?
No.
Oh.
Sadly not. But yeah, the thing is, this is meant to be a Crowleyan ritual. It was actually written by Crowley's only novel, called Moonchild, which apparently is quite good. I haven't read it. It's one of his best ever work, apparently. It's about this group of white magicians and black magicians. That's not racial, that's their leanings. Who someone's to conceive a moonchild and they're both trying to stop each other getting it.
Okay, no.
It's a 1940s noir novel with magic. Apparently it's quite good.
Sounds great. Harry Potter.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Harry Potter with a lot more wanking in it.
A lot more fucking, I'd imagine, yeah. A lot more fucking.
Wankercus.
No, the protagonist is called Simon Id. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Parsons fell into deeper thalamic beliefs and his own paranoias. A woman named Marjorie Cameron had come to visit the lodge, and she was tall, red-haired, with green eyes. And Parsons is fucking convinced he has met the elemental woman, the Scarlet Woman, the manifestation of Babylon that he had invoked in a ritual in the Mojave Desert, and they started to perform sex magic rituals together. While most of the lodge watched.
Can you imagine it? She just came to visit the lodge.
She literally was. She'd
Who
met.
is she?
She's Margie Cameron. She's tall, red-haired, green-eyed, very attractive.
Down to fuck.
Potentially had a career during World War II, because this is literally the end of World War II here at this point. As a honey trap.
Right.
And she met some guy in California who she used to fuck in DC, who was living at the parsonage with Jack and all this mental stuff going on. And she was like, oh, I'll come visit him to say hello. And Jack opens the door and he's like, I've just been in the desert doing this moonchild ritual to bring forth an elemental version of the goddess of Babylon. And here's my elemental, my red-haired, tall, green-eyed, big-titted woman.
Did he just come out with it and say, I want to perform sex magic ritual with you?
While everyone watches.
She was down to fuck too. She was down to fuck.
L. Ron Hubbard's watching. Oh, there's Alistair Crowley.
No, he's not there.
Oh, okay.
He's in England. He's still alive at this point, though. He swung between absolute fascination and calling them idiots for doing the moonchild ritual, because he's like, don't they realise it was a fucking book? Those idiots. And then he's like, I wonder if it'll work.
Oh dear.
Because obviously everything Crowley wrote was magical.
Well, yeah, he's, you know, perfect shit-eating freak.
What a character, though. What a character.
Awful breath.
Well, before the shit eating, his breath was ether all the time, which apparently he had to drink several cups a day of just to get up and about.
God. Oh. He was rotten.
He was a fascinating individual.
No, I don't deny that, but
And the
I
last
wouldn't want to sit
person-
next to him on the bus.
No, the last person you can call a magician. I mean, come on.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking David Blaine. All them sorts of like actual
That's
magicians.
stage magic.
Yeah, but at least something happens.
Stage magic. This is magic with a K.
Darren Brown.
He's
This is just people fucking chanting bollocks into the void and just like something then like, oh, see that thing moved there, that leaf, I manifested that because I did the movement enchantment of Bolekio Wanko Tossikuk.
You telling me you wouldn't want to go to an OTO meeting and fuck?
I want to do all that, but I'm not going to believe that my fucking, I found this 400-year-old book written in fucking gibberish.
Written in jizz.
Caked in jizz. No. Well, I want all the, I'll do all the orgies and that. Give it, I'll do all that, but I won't believe it. I'll just be like, these fools. I'm getting free sex.
The purpose of the Babylon working was a daring attempt to shatter the boundaries of space and time,
Wow.
facilitating, according to Parsons, the emergence of Thelema's Aeon of Horus, which is a core of Thelemic beliefs. So yeah, I got it wrong. Bring in the Age of Horus.
Well, the Eye of Horus.
It's very maiden.
It's
very
very
maiden.
maiden-y.
Now, Parsons and Hubbard became even more embroiled by starting a company called Allied Enterprises, in which Parsons invested his life savings of $20,945.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of money nowadays.
Mm.
The goal was to go to Miami, to buy 3 yachts, and then sail to the Panama Canal to the west coast where they could sell the yachts for a profit. And Hubbard's like, I know boats. I used to be in the Navy.
God.
You should give me your life savings, Jack. I'll go and buy these boats, we'll flip them, we'll turn a profit.
I can see where this is headed.
Can't you just... the greatest grifter of all time, L. Ron Hubbard, decides to rip off poor, naive Jack Parsons
Take
and
his life
steal his
savings.
wife
Oh,
at
what
the
a
same
cunt.
time.
What a twat.
So, Hubbard buys the yachts, he buys 1 yacht and 2 ships. 2 boats, technically. For some reason, he had requested permission from the US Navy to sail to China and South Central America on a mission to collect writing material. So he's applying, because Hubbard's a fucking grifter.
What, a pen and some paper?
No, writing material as in inspiration for stories. I'll go and research these places for you, because it'll give me inspiration, but you should pay for it. Because Hubbard's the best grifter in the world. They don't do that. But in reality, because he was going to just take the money and run,
Of course.
cruises with yachts around. Yachting is a massive part of Scientology. Sea Org,
Yeah.
isn't it? Sea Org. They love that shit. And Parsons just got ripped off as Hubbard and Sarah took off with 10k of his money. Hubbard talked him down to that level because he said that, well, maybe Sarah goes to the police and tells them you were fucking her when she was 17.
Right.
Yeah. Ruin your rep.
Yeah. So Parsons cursed them via black magic, went into his hotel room, drew a pentagram on the floor.
Masturbating furiously, Jan.
Yeah, and that worked out well, didn't it? Because L. Ron Hubbard went to create a super successful fucking religion that overtook Hollywood, and all the richest, stupid, elite pricks give him all their fucking money just to get a secrets that are bollocks. Oh yeah, good one, Parsons. You really fucked in with your spell,
Yeah.
dickhead. It would have been better if you just like snuck up on him and pushed him down the stairs or something.
L. Ron Hubbard is the best student Crowley never had. Scientology's Thelema stripped away and replaced with sci-fi. The 8th level, Xenu, it was you all along. It's all about self-improvement, it's about self-growth. That's all it boils down to.
Now give us your money.
Give us your money. When he first started, Dianetics, first course of that was $600 in 1950.
Remember, that was a #1 bestseller at the time.
Dianetic.
It was massive, wasn't it?
Isn't it apparently really complicated, like bollocks, gibberish?
Oh yeah. If you read it long enough, you will start to make sense of it. But you've got to put about 4 to 5 hours of reading L. Ron Hubbard's work into making it make sense.
I'll put 4 to 5 hours into a video game or binge watching a series, but I'm not going to read something that could better my life for 4 or 5 hours.
It won't better your life though. Well, it will do in a way, because if you take it to heart and say, it's all about the self, it's self-improvement.
I am all about the self.
Apart from the masturbating, just take it. He took the wanking out of the labour and replaced it with science fiction. What would you rather have? What would you rather have? Wanking
can't I have both?
Or science fiction?
Keep them separate like I've got now.
No, you're
This is why you don't join one of these bullshit religions. Just, watch your Star Trek and your porn separately.
I'm sure you can get Star Trek porn.
Of course you can, but I hate all that. I don't want parody. I don't fucking cross the lines.
Keep them separate.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. I don't want to see porn versions of things I love. There's like Ninja Turtles porn. There's anything you can think of. There is a porn version. I don't want.
Did you know with the Fallout series there is?
Of course, there's porn.
Ladies have been writing ghoul-based sexual fan fiction.
Of course they have dirty perverts. So anyway,
well, men too probably, but there's a lot of lady ghoul fan fiction sex articles out there apparently.
No, there's something on Twitter that drives me mad. There's a large contingency of Star Trek fans who are obviously gay, who are obsessed with like drawing pictures of Kirk and Spock in a gay relationship. Not pornographic ones, just, kissing and cuddling and stuff. And I'm like, this is such a weird way to spend your time. They weren't gay. Like, there are other gay characters. Remember, and I was trying to think of a straight example. Remember the sitcom? Oh, what was that sitcom where a guy lived with it? He was gay and she was straight.
Gimme.
Right. There was an American one that I was thinking of as well. Will and Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But imagine if I spent all my time drawing pictures of them fucking. I'm like, no, they were into each other. No, they weren't. It's a weird thing to do. That's all I'm saying. Weird. Stop it. They weren't gay.
Sounds like you're not sensitive to the needs of the LGBT plus community.
People do it with Transformers as well. Like, what is wrong with you? You're all obsessed with it. Not all the characters you like have to fuck each other. What's wrong with these porn-addled fucking idiots? Anime pervert weirdos. Anyway, back to the Satanists.
Well, not Satanists, guys.
Oh,
They're
sorry.
occultists. There's a difference.
Oh, sorry.
The occult is the study for hidden knowledge. Satanism is just worshipping. Have you heard me say Satan at any point during these 2 episodes?
Sorry, no you haven't. Perhaps that's what's missing.
Maybe it is.
Hail Satan!
So Sarah went on to be Hubbard's new wife, even though Hubbard was actually already married to a woman called Margaret Grubb. Grubb Hubbard.
You little grub.
Sounds like a bad fairy tale, doesn't it?
The best of it is that Hubbard later wrote to Parsons asking if he wanted Sarah back.
Please take her back.
Didn't actually ask Sarah about it.
Yeah.
Just wrote him a letter saying, do you want Sarah back? But he's got Marjorie.
Alright. Fuck you. I've moved on.
The years between 1946 and 1952 were career-ending for Parsons. He was investigated again by the FBI and stripped of his security clearance because of his subversive character. Jack Parsons, massive libertarian. Didn't believe in big government.
Also big on wanking.
Wrote a very good political pamphlet called Freedom is a Two-Edged Sword. You should probably give that a read one day if you want to. Are you that way inclined?
No, I'll put it on the list.
You're never going to read it.
A political pamphlet.
Apparently it's very good. I haven't read it myself. The FBI was also concerned at Parsons' connection with Marxists, and this all happened because the Red Scare in post-World War II America. You know, the McCarthyism thing, where they just like anyone that has ever hung out with a communist is therefore under suspicion of being a communist.
They're everywhere. Reds under the bed.
That's it.
But, but America's a free society, remember?
Lol.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Parsons took his ambitions abroad, which failed. He tried to sell some stuff to Israel, which is a brand new state at this point. Because he's like, hey, I invented this rocket technology. I can sell it to who I want.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the United States government wasn't so keen on the idea at the time.
I can imagine.
And, yeah, brand new Israel. He said, brand new Israel smell. Brand new state. So he resorted to bootlegging nitroglycerin for money.
Jesus Christ, selling fucking pipe bombs down the car boot sale.
To kids, selling nitroglycerin to kids. Anyone will buy it. What a lunatic.
Everything he had was gone. So Parsons returned to black magic, occultism, and now embarking on a sexual journey, mostly with sex workers.
Well, hold on a minute. Everything he had is gone. He's lost everything.
It doesn't work, you silly Billy.
I know.
He's pumping gas at the weekends at this point.
Oh my goodness.
And he still thinks it's...
This, magically, is called the crossing of the abyss. When everything is at its darkest,
right,
and your life's falling apart, that's the abyss. If you can make it across the abyss, you'll become one of the secret chiefs. Right. The secret chiefs are also magical beings who basically control the orders of magic, so the Hermetic Order, the Golden Dawn, the OTO. The secret chiefs are above all of them.
right.
They decide the leaders of the lodges.
And how do you know if you've crossed the abyss?
Because when everything in the world is at its shittest, and you come through that and still
I don't
are
know the
magically
ending.
active,
Sorry.
then still
How do they know
chasing
that
the
you
true
have-
logic. It's magic,
Can we
like,
bullshit
it's
him?
magic with a K.
I'm a secret chief. I crossed the abyss.
Yeah.
Well, this is the problem, Mike. Is that when someone says, "Hey, I'm in touch with the secret chiefs, I'm in charge," and then someone else new joins and goes, "Actually, they wrote to me and said that you're not in charge anymore, and I should be in charge."
Fuck these people.
This is the issue.
I don't know the end of this story, but I'm going to make a wild guess. I don't think he really made it across the abyss. I think he's just going to die soon, isn't he?
It depends on how you want
Did he
to.
get more money? Did he die rich?
He died better off than he did.
Okay.
I would argue that yes, magically this is his abyss. Whether or not he transcends to the level of secret chief or not is open to debate.
No, it's not.
I can't take that seriously.
I'm the
Look,
secret magic.
do you know how much magic shit I had to learn for this episode?
I'm
I'm very
impressed.
impressed.
Yeah.
You do know your magical bollocks.
No, I know nothing about it. That's the thing. I absolutely know all this bullshit. I was
There's
going, all
nothing
this,
to know.
all this stuff.
You made all the show.
No, all this stuff.
I might as well have. I wouldn't have known any different.
All this stuff I'm giving to you, right, is based on me reading Aleister Crowley's biography, the Book of the Law, and listening to several podcasts about Jack Parsons and deep podcasts about Jack Parsons' his magic with a K beliefs, right? I have scratched the fucking surface, right? This is, you got the right hand path, the left hand path, you got black magic. All of this is bringing the universe, from what I can gather, it's all about bringing the universe to you and enacting your will magically throughout that.
Can't you just do what you want without all the fucking prayers and fucking robes and silliness?
Robes and sex.
Well, you know.
I'm up for fucking in a
I'm
robe.
not against that, but
You never fucked in a robe?
with this sort of magic, I've got to be honest, I'd rather watch Paul Daniels.
No, I'm fucking in a robe, mate.
I'd rather watch Tommy Cooper.
No, best thing Tommy Cooper did was die.
What? Get out!
Was he the one that died on stage with the heart attack? He was wearing the fez hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, funniest thing he ever did.
You should leave the country. You don't drink tea. You don't like Tommy Cooper. Are you Albanian?
Are you sure you're English?
Funniest thing he ever did was die on stage.
He's a fucking
He's
legend.
not a legend.
The funniest thing he ever did was a song called Don't Jump Off the Roof, Dad. You ever heard that?
Yeah, I think I have.
It's literally a song where he's pleading his suicidal father not to jump off the roof because his mum's just finished doing the gardening. It's dark as shit, but he just sings it really jolly. Anyway, Tommy Cooper was a legend. I'm just saying, I'd rather watch somebody make an elephant disappear or a card trick or...
You're crazy. I want to be in an orgy wearing a robe
Yeah, but that
chanting
bit's
shit.
not magic, that bit's just shagging. It's all this fucking, all the other bollocks, all these ancient language, rituals. Oh,
I
God.
don't get into that.
Oh, no, how boring. Just skip to the sex and go and watch Paul Daniels do a set.
The lovely Debbie McGee as well.
I would fuck the lovely Dave McGee back
Me
in the
too.
day.
I'd do it now. She's like 93 or something.
I'd do it now.
No, I wasn't referring to her as it. I meant the deed. I would do the deed. I would do the sex now.
Oh, that's a bit demeaning.
Yeah, she's not an it. She's a beautiful gilf.
Well, she's a gilf now. That's the worst thing about it, Paul, you know, is that the ones you were watching as MILFs back in the day are now gilfs.
You type in MILF now and you're like, she's not old. What
She's
are you on
younger
about?
than me.
She's not in it. She's not a MILF. And you
The
realise, oh, no.
And the ones we used to watch are no gilfs.
Yeah.
The MILFs we watched are no gilfs. It's tragic.
Such is life.
Yeah. Circle of life, I guess.
No, I'm the one who leaves the porn in the woods now. You know what I find bizarre about, like back in the day, you always find
Wood porn.
wood porn. Who are these men who had nowhere else to go but
I don't know, but God bless them.
yeah, I know, but think about it. Some man has bought a porn magazine. He knows he can't take it back home.
Yeah.
So he's gone to the woods,
Yeah.
had a wank, and chucked it, and then gone home.
Yeah.
And then some 11-year-olds come along and go, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Well, life just changed for me.
I think I know who did it around our street, but
I was never out them woods
Oh, God.
for about 3 months.
that's why we built the shack, so you could live in it. We built a shack in the woods to drink in.
Oh, awesome.
It's called the Love Shack.
Love shack.
There was no loving that actually went on in there. It was a shack in the woods, so it's got to be called the Love
A
Shack.
lot of
innit?
drinking and talking about the Premiership.
Yeah, getting high and
Talking about music. Fuck me.
Yeah, man.
And then we accidentally burnt it down because we built a fire inside the shack. To
Yeah.
keep it warm,
Oh,
and
dear.
it got out of control.
yeah, sad days.
So we had to build a Love Shack too.
Love Shack 2 was better.
It was, but then it got found by people. I'm assuming it was someone's parents. I thought there was a drug den in there, and they demolished it.
Oh, no.
It's the best thing, we made that shit out of stuff we found up the mount.
Yeah, man.
Like doors and bits of
robbed
corrugated
it from the back of
And
QA kitchens.
we may have taken some surplus stock that was rejected stock from the back of QA kitchens. But that was a long time ago. And I don't think I was there.
The life and crimes of Ben Carter.
I don't think I was there for that. But they used to throw stuff out the back. It was scrap.
Fair enough.
It's back in the 90s, mate. Things were different.
No, theft was still theft. Fucking
It's
idiot.
not theft if it's rejected stock. I don't do anything with it. I would chip it.
I don't know. Right. What
We
happened
were
to
under
this-
16.
Yeah, you'd
Nothing
be
would have
fine.
happened.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think I was there.
What happened to Mr. Parsons?
But right, really, you're not being there. Us doing all the hard work. Typical politician.
You do hard work.
Did he turn up for the opening?
Funny enough.
Turn up for the opening of a fucking envelope, you.
Oh, get your face in the papers, you know. Everyone know you are. Well, Parsons also began having visions based in his Thelema beliefs, and he swore he embodied an entity named Belarian Almolus al-Dajjal, the Antichrist, who am come to fulfill the law of the beast 666, aka Aleister Crowley. Parsons wrote prolifically during this time, but none of these writings were ever published. And acquaintances during this time called Parsons an authentic mad genius, if I ever met one. He just starts referring to himself as the Antichrist at this point.
I call him a mad genius.
I'd say so.
Interestingly, Parsons did testify to a closed federal court that the moral philosophy of Thelema was both anti-fascist and anti-communist. I guess it is. And this, along with references from former co-workers, allowed his security clearance to be reinstated. Through his connections and all mentors, Parsons was offered a job with the Israeli rocket program in 1950 and decided to migrate to Israel. But a secretary he asked to type up technical documents turned him into the FBI on suspicion of espionage. Like, hey, I invented it. I should be able to give it to who I want. Apparently not. The FBI suspected Parsons of spying for the Israelis, and some of his colleagues came to his defence once more. In October 1951, the US attorney decided his reports didn't constitute state secrets, so Parsons was cleared once again of espionage charges. Lucky boy, really.
Yes, I'd say so.
Very lucky boy. Marjorie Cameron, Parsons' former Babylon, the elementally summoned, had been living in Mexico. An artist commune, she'd left him.
Right.
She's come back to him and they decided to go to Mexico on a holiday.
Okay.
The trip also allowed Parsons to take up a job opportunity establishing an explosive factory for the Mexican government. They then hoped to move to Israel and start a family and re-establish his rocketry career. But Parsons was becoming convinced the FBI was spying on him. He started his own chemical companies, or explosives company, the Parsons Chemical Company.
Right.
So he's making explosives for people.
Fair enough.
On June 17th, 1952, a day before they were set to leave for Mexico, Parsons received a rush order for explosives for a film set. You know the squibs? The blood splatters?
Yeah.
He was making them basically for the special effects people in Hollywood.
Oh, fair enough.
Best squibs in the world. RoboCop scene with Ed 209 in the boardroom.
Yeah, man.
Juicy squibs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Can't beat practical effects.
Nope.
Mate, you should watch I think it's on Prime now, there's a documentary about RoboCop.
Right.
That's in episodes. So altogether it's over 6 hours long. It's amazing. And you'll never be bored neither. It's incredible
Awesome.
how much thought and everything went into that film. It's amazing. RoboDoc, I think it's called.
Alright.
Check it out. Rocket Man.
So, because Jack's got all this stuff in the house, he's like, well, I'll just knock it up before I go to Mexico. And the last words said to Jack were, Jack, stop rushing around, you're going to blow us all up. And he just went, ha 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 ha.
And did they all blow up?
He blew up.
Oh!
Yep, that was the end of him.
Bye.
He started working on it in his home laboratory, where he's using coffee cans and stuff because he's left all his stuff at the lab.
Oh, God.
And an explosion rocked the building, leaving Parsons with fatal wounds. His right forearm was amputated, his legs and left arm were broken, and a hole was torn in the side of his face. He was still alive and found conscious by neighbours, and he tried to talk to the ambulance workers who arrived, but no one could understand what he said. By the time they got into hospital...
I've got a big hole in my face.
Yeah, pretty much. By the time they got into hospital, Jack Parsons was declared dead, and when his mother learned of her son's death, she nailed a load of barbiturates and liquor and died of an overdose.
God.
Hail Satan, or whoever it is, sorry, the magical chief of Babylonian Bubba Khan.
He never made it as a secret chief then.
No.
It blew himself up, silly Billy.
37.
No
Is
age.
that it? No way. The 37 Club.
The 37 club.
It's 27.
Oh, yeah.
But 37. We're older than that now. And look at the life he's led compared to what we've done.
Well, we didn't blow ourselves up, so I think we're winning.
Oh, that's also true.
I've never been investigated by the FBI either.
that you know of.
I never gave all my life savings. Admittedly, I never had any life savings, but I didn't give it all to some prick.
Also true. But still, it's been a life filled with experience, is it
No,
not?
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, don't put us down. I think we've done quite well. We're not, exploded into little bits.
Now, the official investigation by the Pasadena Police Department concluded that Parsons had been mixing fulminated mercury in a coffee can, which he accidentally dropped, causing the explosion. Yeah, fulminated mercury is highly sensitive. You can drop it, it'll go off.
Oh, Lord.
Many of those, this became a fireball when it came into contact with the other chemicals in the room that he's just got lying around.
Oh, shit.
Many of those who knew Parsons rejected this, saying he would never make such a rookie mistake. but the police said Parsons had stored his chemicals in a criminally negligent way and that he had been previously investigated for illegally storing chemicals at the Lodge House in Pasadena. They also reported finding a morphine-filled syringe at the scene, suggesting drug use, and they closed the case as an accidental death.
Well, he died through negligence, certainly. Coffee cans.
Read the obituary in the Pasadena Independent. John W. Parsons, handsome 37-year-old rocket scientist, killed Tuesday in a chemical explosion, was one of the founders of a weird semi-religious cult that flourished here about 10 years ago. Old police reports yesterday pictured the former Caltech professor as a man who led a double existence, a down-to-earth explosives expert who dabbled in intellectual necromancy.
Oh, metal.
Possibly he was trying to reconcile fundamental human urges with the inhuman Buck Rogers type of innovations that sprang from his test tubes.
Oh, God. What a way with words. I'm just imagining a song. Intellectual necromancy. Intellectual necromancy. Oh,
Wow.
fuck. What a saying.
Now, theories about Jack Parsons' death continued. Suicide, murder, an assassination planned by Howard Hughes in response to Parsons' suspected...
I think this one's fairly cut and dry. He had a history of being a fucking sloppy, clumsy. Like everyone said to him repeatedly, "You're going to kill us all."
Well, it was planned by Howard Hughes in response to Parsons' suspected theft of Hughes Aircraft Company documents. And also, he was going to give them to Israel, and Howard Hughes was a virulent anti-Semite.
Right.
Did not like the Jews, Howard Hughes.
That rhymed.
It did, unintentionally. But yeah, did not. So, did he... Because another explosives expert said it looked like the blast had come from the floor up.
Well, he dropped it.
From the floor, through the floor. Through the floor.
I don't know.
He's on fucking morphine.
Allegedly on morphine.
Peyote, cocaine, marijuana, whiskey,
The FBI...
wank tired.
The FBI documents on Jack Parsons' death are heavily redacted.
Wanker's cramp on it.
Yeah, he can barely see straight. His hands are fucking
Shaking the
trembling.
fucking...
Wanking.
He's wanked himself blind. God, that happened to me one weekend.
That explains the glasses.
Only partially recovered.
Oh, God, love him.
So there we go. Jack
The
Parsons.
twisted tale.
Well, as I said, the FBI documents regarding Jack Parsons' death are heavily redacted.
Perhaps that's because they don't want people mixing chemicals and making explosions. It might not be a conspiracy.
Might be a conspiracy. It could have been a magical revenge attack by L. Ron Hubbard.
He got in contact with the secret chiefs.
Oh, God. He was a fucking strung out, drugged up fucking lunatic, rushing around like a bellend, mixing something in a coffee can to take with him to Mexico.
Israel.
No, this is the Hollywood company.
Yeah,
He's making
oh.
squibs.
Before he fucked off somewhere, not concentrating, high as a kite. And he's dropped it, the silly prick. He's blown his legs off.
So, that is the tale of Jack Parsons. But let's look at how he influenced the world. December 1958, JPL was integrated into the newly established NASA, having built the Explorer 1 satellite that commenced America's space race with the Soviet Union.
So one could say that in a way NASA does have occult beginnings.
That's it. Werner von Braun, who was nicknamed the father of rocket science, once argued that Parsons was more worthy of this moniker.
And he was considerably more evil. I was only a little bit evil.
In 1999, Feral House published the biography Sex and Rockets, The Occult World of Jack Parsons by John Carter, my dad. My dad is called John Carter,
Did
legitimately.
he write that book?
He did, not that I'm aware of. If he did, he kept it quiet.
Sex and Rockets.
Sex and Rockets.
Disney made a film about your dad, didn't they?
They did make it with my dad.
Oh, on Mars, I saw
Yeah.
that. He jumped. I love that film. He jumps really high.
Yeah, and guess whose mum's name?
Linda Carter.
Wonder Woman.
I'm the son of John Carter and Wonder Woman.
Apologise for wanking over your mum.
That is strange, admittedly. Well, you wanking over my mum for a start.
Sorry. Linda Carter, she was fit.
Obviously, I've never been able to because just can't do it.
Don't think of the name. Or your mum. Anyway.
Can't the name, just you can't have the name, can you? Just straight there, straight away, it's just a passion killer.
So what else has happened?
Well, he reckons that Parsons accomplished more in 5 years of research than Robert H. Goddard had in his lifetime, and said that his role in the development of rocket technology had been neglected by historians of science. Basically because he was an occultist.
And he's into wanking too much.
The fact that NASA basically blacklisted him for many years, and then when they did, naming a crater on the moon after someone is considered quite a high honour. Leonardo da Vinci has one. Several, I think Shakespeare might have one. I might have one day. But Jack Parsons has only given a crater on the moon fairly recently, and ironically, it's on the dark side.
Wow.
I love that.
Did they do that on purpose, or is that...
I think so. I think it was... Obviously, if you're Mike, NASA, of course, is a reptilian space agenda.
Well, yeah.
It's not two flames going up, is it, Mike?
No.
The clue's in the logo, isn't
Full
it?
tongue, innit?
Yeah.
Interestingly, even in rockets today, where all that fuel mixes, there's a 5-pointed star that spins. So NASA technically has that occult symbology buried deep within its technology.
Well, I, for one, believe magic is bollocks.
I kind of like the idea of the sense of the self.
Yeah, all that bit's alright, but you don't need all the incantations and...
So I don't have to wank on magical tablets.
No, it's like I said, like that's the shit type of magic, right? Card tricks are way better. That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather have a wank than watch a card trick.
You ever seen that one? I can't remember what magician it was, but he like threw the card and it was like stuck to the window.
David
like,
Blaine, that
there
was.
you go,
It was
like,
doing his street magic,
yeah,
wasn't it?
that's fucking impressive.
It was, but I'd rather have a wank.
I suppose on that note, should we conclude Mr. Parsons' story? There's a bit more there, isn't there?
In 2005, Weidenfeld and Nicholson published Strange Angel, the Otherworldly Life of Rocket Scientist John Whiteside Parsons, who described Parsons as the Che Guevara of occultism. Pendle said that although Parsons would not live to see his dream of space travel come true, he was essential to making it a reality. Pendle considered that the cultural stigma attached to Parsons' occultism was the primary cause of his low public profile, noting that, quote, like many scientific mavericks, Parsons was eventually discarded by the establishment once he'd served his purpose, end quote.
Yep.
It was this unorthodox mindset, creatively facilitated by his science fiction fandom and willingness to believe in magic's efficacy, Pendle argued, that allowed him to break scientific barriers previously thought to be indestructible, commenting that Parsons saw both space and magic as ways of exploring these new frontiers, one breaking free from Earth literally and metaphysically.
Well, he's a very interesting fella.
Yep. You can't deny what he did.
No, thank you for space travel.
Yeah.
Jack Parsons lives!
But
Well,
I think the other side
doesn't, mate.
No.
Blew his legs and arms up and his face is a big hole in it.
Yeah, I think the other side of him brought him down, didn't it?
He spent too much time wank. If he'd have focused, he could have had an incredibly successful business.
He could, but he got into the drugs and the booze and the ladies and the
Which I can't
wanking.
blame him, you know.
You know, we've all been there.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm off for a wank. Should we wrap this up?
Well, to be fair, Gaz, if that is your will, who is it you want to say? So, on that note, I've been Ben, do what thou wilt, and every man and woman is a star.
God. I've been Mike, thanks for listening, peace out. May the force be with you.
What's the difference? What's the fucking difference?
What do you mean?
It's both.
Have you ever read it? Have you ever read?
Sounds cool.
Have you ever been to the Church of Jediism and read the?
Have you?
Yes, of course I have.
How many pages make it in?
What do you mean?
Well,
I've read the whole thing.
You've only done 2 pages.
No. You have to do tests.
Oh, do you? What's your midichlorian count?
You test it. You have to learn, and then they give you questions to answer. Admittedly, I'm only on question 2 still, but it's been about 6-7 years.
That's
maybe.
what I mean.
It takes time to become a Jedi Master.
It takes time to become a Thelemic magician.
Yeah, but the Jedi thing is all about stuff that actually.
We're using the Force and fighting the laser sword.
Obviously not.
This is an improvement of the self through wanking and sex.
Yeah, that's
not the Jedi, is it? What's the difference?
It's improvement of yourself.
Through magic and through the Force and laser swords.
Bollocks about.
It's not learning.
The Force is not bollocks.
Learning, improvement of the self. It's exactly the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but without the woo-woo magic shit.
I bet the Jedi wank.
No hands.
Yeah.
Hands-free wank. A mind wank.
You know what? I'm a Force wank.
I've been Gaz. 3/5 tannin.